Today's the final day for signing the contract, you big dosser. So get it signed, shithouse, or move on. Jog on, you muppet! Come on, son! Get out of the way! Stiff ass! Hey! Today's the final day for signing the contract, you big dosser. So get it signed, shithouse, or move on. Jog on, you muppet! Come on, son! Get out of the way! Stiff ass!
What's good, family? Big love to the Bitcoin supporting doggy, Alexo, for boosting up your man no IB's coins. So we just heard there from your man's Tyson, Fury, airing out Bumillion Shite, aka Shillian Shite, aka Dillian Crufts dog trainer Shite. Now, listen. It's deadline day. I haven't heard a lick from Shillian. He missing right now. Yeah, I'm no doubt Eddie Hearn trying to cook up some next plan. Oh, don't worry, Shillian. We're gonna put some big deal. Yeah, we got Shillian versus Shizora. Yeah, got Shillian versus Shitzora. How about that? No doubt. Yeah, we got a 7-fight deal coming. We got the Anthony the Boogaloo Bear Johnston. And Chisora 7. The problem with you, man, is, do you know what the problem with boxing fans is? Boxing fans expect too much. Yeah? People like Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn, they expect you to put coins in for Chisora 7 times. Yeah? You boxing fans need to reduce your expectations. Dillian Whyte needs to make millions of dollars fighting people he's beat 7 times already. That's a fact. That's what he expects to do. Do you understand? So lower your expectations. Hearn and Shillian love making money fighting bums and people's uncles. Like Povetkin. Uncle looking ass. Old as you like. Old to bits. Listen, Povetkin was shot to bits. No good. And your man Shillian went life and death with him. Had to peel. In fact, I was about to say he had to peel himself off the canvas. He ain't got off the canvas. He's sleeping. Oops. 100%. Oh, Dillian. YB. Dillian gonna do this. Dillian gonna do that. Dillian can't even beat Granddaddy. Let's call a spade here. Yeah? About what Dillian gonna do. Yeah? All you man talking about what Dillian gonna do. Tell him to sign the contract is what you wanna do. How about that? Anyway, you hear Tyson Fury there. Letting Shillian know what time it is. It's deadline day. And I checked the dates as well, by the way. The date is certainly the 21st. And if Shillian don't sign today, it's over. No more. I've seen some of the Dillian Whyte fans wheeling themselves out. Oh, no, it's not a real date. And the WB, I mean, Eddie Hearn himself was even saying, oh, no, the WBC haven't really said the date. It's not. Eddie, stop capping. There's a date. The date is the 21st. There's no doubt about it. The date is the 21st. So you better get the contract done. Or, like Fury says, move on. And go and fight Chisora 3 more times. Go and sign a new trilogy contract with Chisora. And let's watch you two have some more boring fights. Because I'm going to be honest with you, man. Yeah? I'm not a casual boxing fan. Casual boxing fans don't really care about what's going on. All they care about is watching a fight for watching a fight's sake. I don't. If I'm watching a fight, it has to mean something. It has to be leading somewhere. And for me, Whyte versus Povetkin don't lead nowhere. Whyte versus Parker don't lead nowhere. Chisora versus Parker don't lead nowhere. The only fight that leads somewhere is Whyte and Fury. That's it. And when you look at Whyte's career, his whole career has been based on fighting bums, fighting leftovers, and not leading anywhere. Don't forget, people, Shillian was offered a fight. His only fight that led somewhere was the AJ rematch back in 2019. He said no. Why? Because it was a low ball offer, which at the time was 2 or 3 times more than he's ever earned in his life. But it shows you the mentality Dillian's got. You're known as the man who got whooped by AJ. That's a fact. You got whooped by Mr. Boogaloo the Bear. Yeah, that's the man you got whooped by. You got whooped by the man who gets whooped by middleweights. No doubt about it. Your whole career is based on getting whooped by AJ and then losing to all of AJ's or going life and death with all of AJ's competitors, and or getting knocked out by them. Oops. Yeah. Every time you've been offered, you know what, Dillian, do you want to step up and make record money? Oh no, I've got a problem. I'd rather fight some more bums for 300 grand in Eddie Hearn's back garden. That's what 100%. That's what Dillian Whyte said. Call me a liar. Yeah. Did or did not Shillian turn down life, the real meaningful fights to fight in Eddie Hearn's backyard for 300 grand. That's what he loves to do. I'm sorry, people. Yeah, I'm someone who follows behaviour over time. And look at the last 5 years. What's Dillian done? Fought random dudes, random bums, C-level dudes, people you never heard of, made a big deal out of it, and just keep making money for not doing a lot. Now he's got a big opportunity again. The reason he didn't want the AJ fight is because he knows, wait a minute, if I rematch AJ, who at the time was still relatively dangerous back in 2019, and he pushes my wig back, then it makes it hard for me to milk pay-per-views. Because don't forget, people, let's be honest here. The whole reason people talk about, YB, Dillian needs to be paid, or sporting shitecons, Dillian Whyte's second wife says. Yeah, Dillian Whyte's second polyamorous wife talks about, Dillian Whyte's so valuable, he's worth at least 45%, he's worth at least 50%. That value only derives from people attaching him to other names. You never noticed that. For example, for a long time it was, Dillian Whyte's valuable because he gonna beat Wilder. Yeah, that was a narrative, and I have to put my hands in the air. For a long time, I was on that narrative as well. Dillian Whyte's valuable because he gonna knock Wilder's head off, and he gonna become WBC champion. Then it was, Dillian Whyte attached to AJ somehow. Dillian Whyte rematching AJ. Then it was now it is Dillian Whyte. Yeah, he's so valuable. He can knock Fury out. He can become WBC champion. What we know is he got offered the AJ fight, didn't want it. Now he's been offered the Fury fight, didn't want it. And for all we know, he'd have been offered the Deontay Wilder fight and probably didn't want it. I think it worked out quite conveniently for him that the Wilder thing didn't come off, to be honest with you. Based on the previous, because I'm not being funny. Who's to say if he turned down the AJ fight, who's to say he was going to accept the Wilder fight? If he turned down the Fury fight, who's to say he accepted the Wilder fight? I don't know, I'm sorry. I go based on data. And if you turn down AJ, you turn down Fury, I ain't going to jump on the bandwagon and say you definitely would have gone in there with Wilder. I ain't going to lie to myself. Yeah? And that's another thing as well. All this other talk about, Dillian Whyte worth 40, Dillian Whyte's so valuable. He's the interim champion. Come on now. And that's why I don't like these random titles that get put out there. Interim champion don't mean nothing. Yeah? I wouldn't mind. Let's say Dillian had beat Joe Joyce. I'd probably agree, yeah, you know what, he probably is a bona fide interim champion. What have he done? Apart from get knocked out by Povetkin and then got a life and death in the rematch and barely nicked the win back. What have you done? That to me don't make you no bona fide interim champion. That makes you this WBC silver champion, some random ass belt. That's what that qualifies you for. You ain't done nothing. You ain't trailblazed. You ain't beat no prospects. You ain't made that. Dillian Whyte hasn't got to the number one by really pushing wigs back. Apart from he went life and death with Parker, who's no good. He went, you know what I'm saying? That's what his career is based on, going life and death with average dudes. That don't make you number one. And that certainly don't make you guaranteed. Think about it. What's the point in Fury being champion? What's the point in being champion if random dudes who go life and death with everyone, who've never beat any top guys? Because whatever we say about Fury, he beat Vlad. He beat Wilder. He's got at least 2 A-star wins. Whyte hasn't got no A wins. That's a fact. He ain't. He just hasn't. There's no one on his resume who is A. He ain't got no A's. Fury got 2. And not only has he got 2, in recent times, he's got 2 that really count, i.e. he pushed Wilder's wig real back. He didn't just beat Wilder on points. He actually filled Wilder in, which to his credit, yes, Wilder may have lost some fights on points, or you know what I'm saying, but no one's ever pushed Wilder's wig all the way back for him. So we have to give Fury credit for that. Even though Wilder hasn't fought everyone, but still, I mean, there's nothing to say that anyone else is going to be able to do that, to be quite frank. You know what I'm saying? If Povetkin can put Dillian out, if Usyk can box AJ's head off, who's to say any of them two are going to beat Wilder? I don't see it myself. They're 50-50 fights at best. Yeah? So we have to give Fury credit for that. Now, what's the point in Fury putting all this work in, putting all the effort in, going through hard fights against A-level, top-level dudes? Because whatever you say about Wilder, he got the best power, or one of the best powers around today. That's a fact. Even though I don't rate him, it's a fact. He ain't a worse puncher than Usyk, is he? For example. So Fury goes through the ringer against a top-level athlete, and twice gets the belt, defends the belt, and then you want him to have to pay Dillian 50%. How does that make sense? I'm afraid it don't make no sense. What planet are you on? And that's the problem with this era of entitlement. Oh, I haven't done much. I've never won a belt. I've never beat an A-star fighter. I've never been in there with a real athlete, top of their game. I've never been in there. I've never had to dethrone a champion. But I'm entitled to 50%. Whoa, where are they doing that at? Yeah, go in there, knock Fury out, and then you can start determining numbers. No doubt. And you just think best get signed is what it best do. 100%. Else Fury gonna stay looping you up and stay stroking. Listen, Fury gonna stay giving. Fury gonna stay giving you Fury gonna stay giving you that long one from the back. Yeah, you're gonna be getting that long one all the way from the back, no doubt.